Pioneer fans, Pioneer Women's Varsity Hockey is live and on the air. We are live here at Veterans Memorial Ice Arena, where it is your Pioneer Women's Varsity Hockey team taking on the Grosse Pointe South Blue Devils, who are in town for a game that looks like we're going to get the ice at 7 o'clock. It's just been resurfaced. There was an exciting game between the Dexter Dreadnoughts and the Huron Riverettes men's team right before that. Dexter won that game 3-2. Looked like it was possibly their senior game. So all great things happening here at Veterans Memorial Ice Arena. If you have a chance to come on down, we would love to see you out here. As always, a wonderful time, especially with these Pioneer women playing hockey. Taking a look at Pioneer, they are now 9-4-1. They are coming off of a win over at Burr Park Outdoor Ice Arena. And again, I have to thank the Andreanopolises for all of their wonderful Facebook Live work. They will be doing Facebook Live for the Mercy game as well on Friday, as we are double booked. And I can't, there's a limited number of places I can be at once. So check that out. We will tweet that out or at least share it on our Facebook feed as well out there. So it was a 3-2 win over Skyron. And this was for the inaugural Treetown Trophy. And they lost that Friday right before that 3-1 to Washtenaw over at the Ann Arbor Ice Cube. So Washtenaw beat Pioneer, Pioneer beat Skyron, Skyron beat Washtenaw United. So goal differential is what ended up getting Washtenaw United the inaugural Treetown Trophy. So really cool to have that between the two or the three teams in this local area. Fantastic to have more opportunity for wonderful ladies to play hockey, and I love to see that. The game before it, it was an amazing comeback tie versus a very good Northville team. That was out here at Veterans Memorial Ice Arena, where Northville had the 5-1 lead, and Pioneer came back and tied it up, ended up 5-5 in overtime. They beat Troy United before that. That was back on February 4th. Lost to Walled Lake. That was a game where several folks were out. Good Walled Lake team, so no shame in that. But several folks were out, and even had a secondary goaltender out there playing for Pioneer, as that was Olivia Andreanopoulos between the pipes for that game, and she nobly hopped in there and took that on. So not easy to do when you're used to being a forward and you strap it on and get between the pipes to patrol the crease. Then they had before that 4 wins in a row, beating Grosse Pointe North 3-1, Brighton Howell Heartland 1-0, beating Brighton Howell Heartland again 6-3, and then starting off this calendar year beating St. Catharines 6-0. So 9-4-1 is your Pioneer record. Taking a look at the last game, that 3-2 win versus Skyron. Both teams scored twice in the first period, so it was 2-2 at the end of one. Great defense prevailed in the second, so it was 0-0 as far as scoring in the second, so it was 2-2 at the end of two, and then Pioneer got a goal in the third to win it 3-2. Skyron was 1 for 2 on the power play, serving 6 penalty minutes. Pioneer was 0 for 3 on the power play, serving 4 penalty minutes. Taking a look at the goal scorers over for Skyron, it was Hodge scoring, as well as Cullen scoring the 2 goals, and the 2 assists were Hodge and Clavier on the assist. So 2 goals, 2 assists. It was Donnie on the between the pipes for Skyron, playing 44 minutes. They pulled the goalie the last minute. They don't have a number of shots on there. Over for Pioneer, Jasinski scored a goal, Campbell scored a goal, and Flynn scored a goal. No assists recorded, so 3 goals, no assists. It was Matty Grand between the pipes for Pioneer, playing all 45 minutes, and again, they didn't show the number of shots. So Pioneer with a big win versus Skyron, avenging the Skyron win that happened right before the last game of last calendar year, where Skyron won that one 3-2. Pioneer had the lead I think it was 2-0 even, and then Skyron came back and won that one late. So Pioneer avenging that. Taking a look at your top point scores for Pioneer at this point. Tuzinski has the lead with 32 points, that on 24 goals and 8 assists. Campbell is number 2 with 19 points, that on 9 goals and 10 assists. And then it's a trio at number 3, as Abby Chang has 7 points, that on 3 goals and 4 assists. Zoe Andrianopoulos has 7 points, that on 3 goals and 4 assists. And Flynn has 7 points on 5 goals and 2 assists. Two big score in 34 of them, 20 goals against for 2.18 goals against average, and a very solid save percentage of .870 with 2 shutouts. Portinga has played 4 games. She has 4 wins, no losses, faced 57 shots on goal. So she had 7-4-1 save percentage. Taking a look at Pioneer, scoring by the period. Pioneer has 18 goals in the first. The opponents have 12, so +6 for Pioneer in the first period. For the second, Pioneer has 19 goals in the second. The opponents have 6. That's the biggest differential of any period for Pioneer, as they have +13 in the second. And then taking a look at the third, Pioneer has 19 and take a lower at the opponents. We're going to step away for a moment, play a few messages from the MHSAA, and come right back and take a look.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com.
Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Alrighty, just a little camera malfunction there, but what's life without a little bit of excitement, right? So we are hopefully back up live and going. So taking a look as we were rolling through, talking about Pioneer, as the Pioneer team is over to our right, 15 minutes up on the clock as we're getting ready to rock and roll. Let's talk a little bit about Grosse Pointe South. And Grosse Pointe South is going to be 11-2-1. So a very, very good Grosse Pointe South team out there. They have a win versus Mercy to start off the season. They lost versus Liggett. That was 1-7. That was back on November 19th. They beat St. Catharines 9-0. They beat Washtenaw United 3-0. They beat Grosse Pointe North 8-0. They lost to Liggett. That was a 4-2 loss there. Taking a look as trying to see what's going on. Well, we'll play more music as, again, the camera having issues. As Pioneer now out on the ice, as hopefully our camera will behave itself the rest of the time, keeping it. What's life without excitement, nonetheless? Alrighty, so hopefully we should be getting something from our scoreboard coming up as well soon. So we were talking about Grosse Pointe South. They lost to Liggett. They beat Walled Lake starting off this calendar year 5-4. They beat Sacred Heart 10-2. That back on January 12th. They tied Livonia United. That on January 15th. That was a 3-3. Then they're coming into a 3-game win streak happening as they have it. There we go. Everything looking good. They beat Huron Skyline. That was 5-2 over at the ESH rink. They beat Livonia United 5-4. They beat Cranbrook 6-0 back on February 9th. They beat Northville 5-3 back on February 12th. And then they beat Bloomfield Birmingham. That was at the Detroit Skating Club on February 15th. That was a 13-7 win. Taking a look at that game, lots and lots of scoring in that game, just a bevy of scoring. As, by the way, Pioneer out in their home white jerseys with Pioneer inscripted across the front, purple on the shoulders, numbers in purple on the back and on the shoulders, dark pants and their dark helmets. Over Grosse Pointe South, the Blue Devils are wearing dark blue jerseys with South inscripted across the front, numbers in white on the front, on the shoulders, and on the back, as they're battling a little bit with the net across the way. So taking a look, Grosse Pointe South scored 5 in the first versus Bloomfield Birmingham. Bloomfield Birmingham scored 4 in the second, so it was 5-4 at the end of one. Grosse Pointe South scored 5 in the second. They have a 10 score at the second intermission. Bloomfield Birmingham had 3, making it 10-7 at the end at the second intermission. Then Grosse Pointe South chipped in 3 more at the third, making it 13-7. Grosse Pointe South 0 for 5 on the power play serving, 16 penalty minutes, nothing listed for Bloomfield Birmingham. Again, they don't have any of the goal scorers on Bloomfield Birmingham here, but taking at Grosse Pointe South, it was Peabody with a goal by Boyer, 7 goals by Livingstone, a goal by O'Donohue, and 3 goals by Resniewski. That was 13 goals. The assists, 4 assists to Moody, 1 assist to Peabody, 3 assists to Hodges, 2 assists to Sherry, 1 to Reynolds, 2 to Smith, 1 to Livingston, and 3 to Resniewski. So 3 goals, 17 assists. Penalty minutes, 2 to Sherry, 2 to Reynolds, 4 to Smith, 2 to Livingstone, 2 to O'Donoghue, and 4 to Resniewski for 16 penalty minutes. Livingstone had the game winner. It was Rosie Smith between the pipes for 32 minutes, and Har getting 13 minutes between the pipes, both of those in the wins. Again, we don't have anything listed for the Bloomfield-Birmingham goals. Taking a look at the top point getters, it is Resniewski with 41 points, that on 26. That out on 26 goals and 15 assists. So let me just, there we go. Fixing a couple things here. So that's who you need to focus on the most is number 77, Resniewski. 41 points. Take a look, number 2, 29 points is Livingstone. She had 17 goals and 12 assists, 7 of those goals in the last game. She is number 23. Number 14 is number 3, Ellie Smith. She has 22 points, that on 7 goals and 15 assists. Number 4 is Hodges. She's number 9 in the program. She has 12 assists, that on 3 goals and she has 15 points, that on 3 goals and 12 assists. And number 5 is Reynolds. She has 14 points, that on 1 goal and 13 assists. It has been predominantly Rosie Smith between the pipes. She has 10 games played. She has 116 minutes between the pipes, 8 wins, 2 losses, 75 more than that, obviously, shots on goal she's faced, saved 49 of them, 26 goals. So somehow they have goals against. They have a 10.05 goals against average. That doesn't seem right. If I just do a little quick math, it should be 2.6 goals against average. So yeah, those numbers not good. Har has played 5 games, won 5 games, 7 goals against. Again, they have a 3.10 goals against average. So we are going to step away, play a couple things, and be right back.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As we're getting ready for the starting lineups here. As skating out, Ellie Smith comes out for Grosse Pointe South. Livingstone skating out, starting for Grosse Pointe South. As Resniewski comes out. Sherry skating from the blue line. And then Reynolds. And between the pipes is Rosie Smith. Head coach is Haley Craig. Assistant coaches Cameron Shocker and Taylor Shaheen. Now for Pioneer. Skating out, Olivia Andrianopoulos. Nadia Tuzinski skating out to the blue line. Piper Campbell playing center for Pioneer. And Trappell starting at the blue line. And Zoe Andrianopoulos, the other blue liner. And between the pipes is Maddie Grand. Head coach is Leah Arend. Assistant coaches Lynn Harrison-Levy and Fran Weissingsinger. And now the national anthem. As we are getting ready to go here at Veterans Memorial Ice Arena, where it is Grosse Pointe South, being hosted by your Pioneer Women's Varsity Hockey team. As there's one more game upcoming for these Pioneer ladies at Vets. A couple more games. They play Mercy tomorrow again. That's a game that we will not be able to broadcast live, but they will be doing a Facebook. That'll be Friday, Friday. That'll be a Facebook Live feed. That'll be over versus Mercy at Eddie Egger Ice Arena. Saturday, we should have the game. So, again, we'll put things out there on the website and keep an eye, and we'll try and let everyone know when there is the Facebook Live feed versus ours. So we are super grateful for the Andrianopolises helping out with that and doing a fantastic work. As both teams gathered around their benches, getting ready to go. 15 minutes up on the board here in the first period. Again, tough matchup for Pioneer as highly ranked Grosse Pointe South team. Getting ready, coming out to center as Campbell in to take the face-off. On the left wing is Olivia Andrianopoulos. On the right wing is Tuzinski. Again, Trappell and Zoe Andrianopoulos back behind them. Grosse Pointe South. As Ryzewski comes out. Livingstone on the front as well. And that's going to be Ellie Smith taking the face-off. Reynolds and Sherry back behind them. As we're about to get underway, Pioneer skating from right to left here in the opening period. As that puck comes back, brought into the Grosse Pointe South zone, into the near corner, trying to pull that away as Tuzinski trying to grab it. As it flips back, Ellie Smith rifling it around as that comes back into the neutral zone right at center ice. Pulling it in, Livingston gains his own. Livingston with the shot that goes into the far corner. Pulling it around, here comes Pioneer. Piper Campbell sends it ahead as that puck right at the blue line now into the near corner. Pioneer picks it up, sending it along the near boards. Held in at the near point now, slips back into the neutral zone. as that lifted all the way back into the far corner of the Pioneer zone. Zoe Andrianopoulos sends it ahead to Jasinski. Jasinski bringing it ahead. That puck in along the near boards, grabbing it. Olivia Andrianopoulos tips it, that into the near corner. Lifted back at the near point. Grabbing it, coming the far side. That lifted all the way down, gathering it in. Ryzewski has it on the far circle shot. That deflected into the far corner. Jof has it over there. Jof bringing it ahead. Jof has that tip. The puck right at center ice, coming down with it. Here comes Pioneer. Gaining the zone is Flynn. That deflected off the near boards. Lifted right back into the neutral zone. Coming ahead at center. That pulled back and rifled in by Reynolds into the near corner. That pulled back, Pioneers centering attempt. That over on the far circle. Coming ahead with it. Shot and a save by Maddie Grand. .13:23 left to go here in the first period. 0-0 is our score. Face-off is the Maddie Grand's right in the far face-off circle. Again, Campbell in to take the face-off. Tazinski to her left. Zoe Andrianopoulos and Olivia Andrianopoulos on the near side. As that puck drops in along at the far point, trying to get it Hodges. Hodges chipping. Now Piper Campbell trying to pull it off the far boards. That comes in. Chip, top of the near circle. Here comes Pioneer. Tazinski over on blue line. Tazinski comes over center ice. Tazinski coming down the far boards. Tazinski outside the far circle. She goes back behind the goal. Tazinski underneath the near circle. Now heads to the top of the near point. That chipped out. Coming the other direction is Vosberg, who has that tipped away, comes back in along the near boards as Olivia Andrianopoulos trying to get it. Here comes Piper Campbell with it on the near circle. That shot went off of the side of the net. Another shot by Olivia Andrianopoulos. Campbell takes it back behind the goal, trying a wraparound attempt. Shot from the slot. That deflected all the way back to the blue line. Tipped ahead. Excellent play on the far side. There's a shot that just goes wide. Jasinski picks it up. Back in along the end boards. Jasinski trying to feed it back outside the far circle. That picked up, coming the other direction. Sherry trying to get it out. That tipped back out into the neutral zone. Fired right back in by Olivia Andrianopoulos as Pioneer goes for a line change. The puck back behind the Grosse Pointe South goal, bringing it ahead as Hodges feeds it. Boyer puts it in along the near boards, picking it up, handing it the other direction is Zoe Andrianopoulos, gathered in by Vosberg, who fires it into the far corner. Racing to pick it up. Now grabbing it is Brainerd into the near corner, Brainerd loses an edge, and there's a collision outside the near circle, whistle blown. There is going to be a hooking call. As into the box goes Ellie Smith. So Grosse Pointe South takes a hooking call, that at 11:55, and Pioneer goes on the power play. Face-off is to Rosie Smith's right in the near face-off circle. As that lifted into the near corner, trying to hold it in as that slips back into the Pioneer zone. In a foot race, Livingstone trying to get to it. Grant sweeps it into the far corner. Jof has it there. Jof coming down the far boards. Jof goes over on blue line. Jof over center ice. Jof gains the zone, takes a shot. That's sticked by Rosie Smith into the far corner. The puck off of the goal. Now that rifled all the way down by Ryzewski. And grabbed, stopped by Grand. She moves it to the near side of her own goal, picked up by Trappell there. Trappell ricochets it off the near boards, coming in. Ryzewski has it into the slot. Ryzewski feeds it in front. Saved by Grand. The puck on the far side. Grand dives down on it. Fantastic job by Grand to stop a fantastic goal-scoring attempt by Grosse Pointe South. 11:15 left to go here in the first period. 1 minute, 20 seconds left to go in the Pioneer power play, but Grosse Pointe South just tried to get a shorthanded goal. Pioneer bringing it as here comes Stadzinski down the far board. Stadzinski gains the zone, takes a shot that just goes wide to the near side. Pulling it outside the near circle is Olivia Andrianopoulos. She tries to backhand it. That steered into the near corner. Lifting it down the near boards. Zoe Andrianopoulos stops at the near point. That lifted into the neutral zone. Grabbing it, Pilati right at center ice. Pilati feeds it down the far boards. That knockdown coming ahead with it is Pioneer has it right back behind the goal. As with it, Tuzinski with the rising shot into the far corner, trying to pull that away and lift it back into the neutral zone. Chasing Zoe Andrianopoulos comes all the way back into her own zone, picks it up, goes back behind the goal, coming, stops there, rims it all the way around, bouncing puck that lifted the other direction into the near corner. Olivia Andrianopoulos grabs it off the near circle. Olivia Andrianopoulos comes back behind the goal underneath the far circle. Olivia Andrianopoulos coming down the far boards, gains the neutral zone. Olivia Andrianopoulos still trying to grab it as she loses an edge. That pulled by Piper Campbell into the zone. Piper Campbell into the high slot, drops it back. Tuzinski has it on the near circle. Tuzinski with the shot. That deflects into the near corner. Pulled away. Here comes Grosse Pointe South as bringing it ahead is Peabody. Peabody comes over the blue line. Peabody with a shot. That just goes off the side of the net. Covered up by Maddie Grand. No whistle blown. Maddie Grand sends it right back behind, coming the other direction. Here comes Piper Campbell. That picked up, lifted back into the neutral zone, in along the near boards. Flynn trying to get it. That knocked down in along the far boards. Gathering it in is Reynolds. Reynolds fires it ahead. That stopped by Pilati outside the far circle. She loses an edge. Picked up by Ryzewski, top of the far circle. Ryzewski comes to the high slot. Lets that go as it's top of the near circle. Shot by Sherry. That goes just wide. Tuzinski has it in the far corner. Tuzinski fires that as that goes up and touches the net. That is deflected. It'll be outside of the Pioneer zone in the far face-off circle. In to take that, 9:21 left to go here in the first as they close the penalty box door. Face off, taking that in along the far boards, trying to get to that is Brainerd, top of the far circle. Brought back, Ryzewski had it chipped away. The puck comes all the way back into the Grosse Pointe South end. Chasing it, picking it up back there, spinning, that chipped away by Moody, back behind the goal. Pulled, top of the far circle. Here comes Ryzewski, over the blue line. Ryzewski coming over center ice. Ryzewski comes into the zone, and she makes a shot and scores. Ryzewski scores at 8:55. As it is a goal by Grosse Pointe South, as Ryzewski went all the way at 8:55. I don't believe there will be an assist, but we will get that notification in a moment, as it is the Blue Devils 1 and Pioneer nothing. At the 8:55 mark. Face-off right at center ice. Piper Campbell in to take the face-off. That comes all the way back as she was taking that versus O'Donohue. Grabbing it, Reynolds sends it down the far boards. The puck loose on the far circle. Trying to pull that away is Peabody. Peabody chips it ahead. Now Peabody has that knocked away. Campbell trying to get to it. That all the way back to center ice. Lifted the other direction. Now it comes back behind the Grosse Pointe South goal. Reynolds has it there. Reynolds underneath the near circle, bringing it ahead. Trappell holds it in at the near point. That slips all the way back in a foot race. Zoe Andrianopoulos backhands it that loose right at the Pioneer blue line. Here comes Tuzinski over center ice. Tuzinski gains the zone on the near circle. Tuzinski with the shot. That's sticked away by Rosie Smith. There's Piper Campbell taking a shot, covered up by Rosie Smith. 8:11 left to go here in this, the first period. 1-0, Grosse Pointe South with the lead. As that was Ryzewski from Hodges on the assist. Face-off in the far face-off circle. Brainerd wins that. Right through the slot, pulling away in along the near boards. Lifted back into the neutral zone. Jof has it there and delayed offsides. 8:02 left to go here in this, the first period. Blue Devils up 1-0. Face-off in the near face-off circle. just outside the Blue Devils zone as Brainerd wins that back. That deflected right to the Grosse Pointe South blue line. Bringing ahead is Boyer. Boyer gains his own. Boyer comes underneath the near circle trying to chip that away. Jof deflects that. Pilati has it back behind her own goal. That rims all the way around. Flynn picks it up outside of the far circle. Here comes Flynn over her own blue line. Flynn got stuck in one of the Grosse Pointe South skates. Now Flynn comes over the blue line. Flynn fires it as that deflects back behind the Grosse Pointe South goal. Picked up there. Boyer sends it around. That was Sherry's centering attempt as that comes back into the neutral zone. Zoe Andrianopoulos right around the far board. She brings it ahead. Zoe Andrianopoulos, that chip, now she brings it into the zone. Pulling it the other direction is Reynolds. A tripping call coming up to Pioneer. As going for the puck and got a skate. That at 7:15. Pioneer will be shorthanded. That is going to come back into the Pioneer zone. Brainerd in the box. Pioneer on the penalty kill for the next 2 minutes. Face-off in the far face-off circle. Campbell wins it and swept all the way outside the near circle, trying to pick it up. Trappell sends it ahead. That lifted into the neutral zone. Grabbing it is Hodges. Hodges sends it in along the far boards. Trying to pick it up. There's Campbell who sends it ahead. Now pulling in. Ryzewski has it on the far circle. Flips it over. Livingstone with the shot. Saved by Grand. Another save by Grand. That puck in along the near boards. Picking it up. Pioneer trying to pull it out of the zone. Olivia Andrianopoulos. That rocketed into the high slot. Livingstone with the shot. Grand deflects it into the far corner. That picked up. Zoe Andrianopoulos ahead to Campbell. Campbell lifts it all the way down the boards. Here comes Olivia Andrianopoulos. Olivia Andrianopoulos on a breakaway. Picks it up on the far circle. Comes in. Shot. Saved by Rosie Smith. That puck in along the far boards. Now picked up. Heading the other direction is Quebec. Quebec over center ice. Gaining the zone. Quebec on the far circle. Quebec has that knocked away. As Jasinski trying to get it. That rimmed right back behind. Ryzewski has it back behind the Pioneer goal. That lifted and covered up by Maddie Grand. 6:11 left to go here in the first. 56 seconds left to go in the Pioneer penalty kill. Face-off will be to Grand's right in the far face-off circle. Jof out there as well as Chen. And Chizinski in to take the face-off. That lifted, sent on edge, all the way down into the Grosse Pointe South zone. Reynolds fires it in along the near boards. Picked up, Vosberg sends it back, that right back behind the Pioneer goal into the far corner. Gathered in there by Boyer. Boyer centering attempt. That ricochets back top of the near circle. Sherry with the shot from there. Outside the far circle it comes. Picked up there, centering attempt by Boyer. That lifted out as Grosse Pointe South will have to touch up to avoid a delayed offsides. Pioneer able to clear it all the way down the ice. 5:38 left to go here in the first period. 1-0. Blue Devils with the lead as they're bringing it ahead. Coming down the near boards. Reynolds fires it into the neutral zone. Gathered in by Boyer. Boyer gains the zone. Top of the far circle. That chipped away by Joe. Boyer gets it back. That shot just goes wide. There's Vosberg trying a shot. That off the side of the net. Flint picks it up. Coming down the near boards. Flynn trying to get it out of the zone. Vosberg has it. Shot. That's saved by Grant. Now Jasinski ricochets it off the far boards. That's top of the far circle. Shot sticked away by Grant again. That comes to the far side. Grant covers it up. 5:02 left to go. Pioneer back to full strength here in the first. Face-off will remain in the Pioneer zone. 1-0. Blue Devils with the lead over Pioneer. We appreciate you joining us here at Veterans Memorial Ice Arena. Carter out there on the far side of the face-off circle as Campbell trying to get it. Top of the far circle. It comes and chipped back to the blue line. Campbell coming down the far boards over on blue line. Campbell has that knock. Still trying to battle. Comes all the way back to the Grosse Pointe South blue line and they fire it ahead. Now Peabody gains the Pioneer zone. Peabody on the far circle. And Peabody has great job diving to knock that away by Carter. That comes top of the near circle. Swept away. There should be a tripping call coming up to Grosse Pointe South. Pioneer goes on the power play. That at 4:34, tripping. into the box. That is Hodges over there. Face-off in the near, face-off circle. That to the right of Rosie Smith. Pioneer with the extra attacker. Excuse me, that'll be to the left now. Rosie with the Smith to the left. That pulled around. Reynolds knocks it. Pioneer with the extra attacker. That puck outside the far circle. Campbell trying to get to it. Trying to pull it away from Ryzewski. Pair of Pioneer players there. There's a shot that went off of the side of the net. Olivia Andrianopoulos trying to get to it. Now Jasinski outside the far circle. Jasinski. Shot that deflected by Reynolds. Reynolds whips it around the far boards as that goes back into the neutral zone on edge. Here comes Livingstone trying to get a shorthander. Livingstone comes in as Maddie Grand with the save. Here comes Campbell down the near boards. Campbell coming ahead with it. Campbell over Rome blue line. Campbell over center ice. Campbell gains the zone in the high slot. Campbell on the near circle. That chipped away into the near corner as 3:51 left to go. 1 minute, 17 seconds left here in the first. 1-0, Grosse Pointe South with the lead. Face-off will be in the near face-off circle. That is to Rosie Smith's right. Jasinski in to take the face-off. Olivia Andrianopoulos to her left, Chen to her right. Jof and Pilati are the blue liners. On the other side is Ellie Smith taking the face-off for the Blue Devils. That puck lifted all the way along the far boards. Jof has it outside the far circle. Jof, centering attempt. That comes onto the near circle, pulling it as Olivia Andrianopoulos. And back behind the goal into the far corner. Jasinski with it there. Jasinski on the far circle. Comes top of the far circle. Chipped away. Jasinski trying to send it deep. That lifted all the way back by Reynolds. Jasinski chases the skittering puck on the far face-off circle. She comes back behind her own goal. Jasinski coming in along the near boards. As two Grosse Pointe South players in the box, by the way, 2 penalties as Jasinski has it. Pioneer with a 5-on-3 as Pioneer looking to take advantage. That comes high slot for Pilati. Pilati, that sticked away into the near corner on that shot. Sherry trying to get it as that lifted all the way down. 26 seconds left to go in the first penalty. And grabbed by Pilati, back behind her own goal. Pilati coming down the far boards. Pilati, top of the far circle, now gains the blue line, sends it ahead. That puck into the far corner. Reynolds with it. Reynolds whipping it back. That lifted high into the air. Chasing it all the way back is Zoe Andrianopoulos. Stopped by Maddie Grand. Zoe Andrianopoulos picks it up there. As it's down to a single person advantage for Pioneer as the first penalty has expired. As Zoe Andrianopoulos sends it all the way back, but from the wrong side of center ice, as that will be icing. 2:26 left to go here in the first period. 1-0 is the lead by Grosse Pointe South. Face-off in the far face-off circle. That to Maddie Grand's right. Piper Campbell in to take the face-off. On the other side is O'Donoghue. That puck, shot. Maddie Grand clears it back into the near corner. Gebeck sends it back to the near point for Moody. Bouncing puck. Here comes Pioneer. Campbell bringing it ahead over center. Campbell over the blue line. Campbell on the near circle. Shot as that back behind. Oh, right through the crease into the near corner. That pulled back, trying to hold it in. Trappell. 14 seconds left in the Pioneer advantage. Coming in. Gebeck with a shot. That flips all the way in along the far boards. Flynn trying to fire it ahead. Steered into the near corner. Trying to get it. Zoe Andrianopoulos. That pulled right back into the near corner. Now Gebeck trying to send it right back deep. Campbell picks it up back behind. 1 minute 46 seconds left to go here in the first. 1-0. Grosse Pointe South with the lead. Campbell over center ice. Campbell gains the zone on the near circle. Campbell with the shot that goes back behind the goal. Reynolds coming the other direction. Excuse me, that's Livingstone over center ice. Livingstone gains the zone. Top of the far circle. Livingstone puts it back in along the end boards. Livingstone underneath the far circle. Centering attempt got knocked away. Excellent job back there by Trappell. Into the far corner it goes. As Ryzewski has it. Drop pass over to Livingstone on the far circle. Shot and a save by Maddie Grand. 1 minute, 13 seconds left to go here in the first. 1-0. Grosse Pointe South with the lead. Face-off in the far face-off circle. As Brainerd takes the face-off shot. That goes into the near corner. Trying to pull that away is Carter. Carter flips it back. Brainerd grabs it on the near circle. Brainerd sends it all the way back into the neutral zone. Reynolds backhands it deep. Chasing it into the near corner. Hatzman trying to get it out. That pulled back by Ellie Smith into the near corner. Under a minute to go in the first. Ellie Smith has it. Centering attempt. That chipped out in front. Now lifted back into the far corner. Olivia Andrianopoulos trying to get to it. She lifts it all the way back. That on edge goes back into the Grosse Pointe South zone. 40 seconds left to go. The puck right at the blue line trying to chip away at it. Offsides the call. 35.5 seconds left to go here in the first period. Face-off in the far face-off circle, that outside of the Grosse Pointe South zone. Campbell in to take the face-off. On the other side is Lindsay. That bouncing puck outside the far circle, trying to chip it away. Battle for it right at the blue line. Pioneer able to hold it in outside the far circle. Now that lifted down the far boards, bouncing puck. Again, able to hold it in, Pioneer. Coming along the near boards. Here comes Lindsay. She ricochets it off the near boards, all the way back deep into the Pioneer zone. Grabbing a Jof back behind her own goal. Jof coming down the far boards. Jof makes it. Sends it in along the near boards of the neutral zone. Chasing it, Tuzinski fires it back deep. Tuzinski battling Hodges into the near corner. A pair of number 9s trying to get to it. That lifted back as Campbell has it back behind her own goal. And that will do it for the first period. At the end of one, it is Grosse Pointe South 1 and Pioneer nothing. We'll play a couple messages from the MHSAA, and we will be right back with your second period.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
15 minutes up on the clock, getting ready to go in the second period here. Grosse Pointe South has the 1-0 lead as Pioneer now going from left to right here in the second period. It's the officials talking things over on the far side. That second penalty, if we take a look, was a hooking, as that was hooking to Livingston. As the puck comes back right at center ice, pulling it away, Ryzewski backhands it to the Pioneer blue line. That pulled ahead, bringing it the other direction. Here comes Ellie Smith. Ellie Smith on the near circle. That deflected in along the far boards. Olivia Andrianopoulos trying to get to it. She backhands it back to the far point. That slips, rolls on edge, all the way back into the Grosse Pointe South zone. Sherry rifles it the other direction. Livingstone picks it up at center ice. Livingstone stands it ahead. Ryzewski has it in the slot. Ryzewski tipped away outside the near circle. Ryzewski gets it back. Now that pulled into the near corner. Campbell has it there. Campbell back behind her own goal. Campbell sends it in along the far boards. Olivia Andrianopoulos trying to get it out of the zone. That held in at the far point. Now it's poked back out into the neutral zone. Pulled back. Livingstone brings it right back in on the near point. She puts it into the near corner. That slips right back behind Grand. Grosse Pointe South continuing to bring pressure. The puck in along the far boards, brought ahead. Olivia Andrianopoulos chips Rips it. Now coming back. Ryzewski has it in along the near boards over center. That's O'Donnell with it. Backhands it into the far corner. Outside the far circle, O'Donnell puts it back in along the end boards. That picked up, bringing it back behind is Campbell. Campbell sends it ahead to Tuzinski. Here comes Tuzinski down the near boards. That into the neutral zone. Racing ahead with it. Here comes Olivia Andrianopoulos on the near circle. Shot. That's saved by Rosie Smith, and she covers it up. 13:31 left to go here in the second. 1-0. Grosse Pointe South with the lead over Pioneer. Pioneer with the big home game here, trying to pull the upset over the very good Grosse Pointe South team. Again, Grosse Pointe South is 11-2-1. Pioneer trying to make that 11-3-1. Face off in the near face off circle. Brainerd in to take the face off. As that puck gathered in, O'Donohue brings it back behind the far circle, bringing it ahead. Brainerd trying to hold it in as that puck deflected out into the neutral zone. Pulled right back in by Flynn. Flynn has that knocked away. Hodges trying to grab it in along the near boards. Pulled back by Peabody, still caught in a pair of skates. Now Trappell has it, firing it forward. That brought back, coming ahead with it. Hodges back behind her own goal. Hodges rims it all the way around the boards. Quebec trying to get to it. Now that held in at the far point by Jolf. Rocketed all the way down the far boards as that'll slip back into the Pioneer zone, as that should be icing. 12:53 left to go here in the second period. Face-off will come all the way back in the Blue Devil zone. That will be in the far face-off circle to the right of Rosie Smith. Coming out, Pioneer. Tuzinski out to take, or Piper Campbell out to take the face-off. Prince to her right. Tuzinski back behind. Atzman behind them. There's a shot. Saved by Rosie Smith as that goes into the far corner. Bringing it ahead. That tipped, held in at the far point by Zoe Andrianopoulos. Lifted on the far circle. Now Sherry trying to get it over to Lindsay. That puck outside the near circle. Lifted back to the near point. Atzman trying to hold it in. That slips all the way back into the Pioneer zone. Zoe Andrianopoulos spinning with it on the near circle. Zoe Andrianopoulos lifts it back to the near point. Trying to hold it in is Reynolds. Battling to Tuzinski. Now that lifted back by Boyer, right back behind the Pioneer goal. Atzman trying to take it away from Hodges, in along the far boards. Campbell has it, firing it back out to the far point. Sherry with a shot there. That's sticked away by Grand into the far corner. Campbell trying to get to it. That brought back into the near corner as Boyer has it knocked down. Boyer underneath the near circle, into the slot. That pulls all the way along the far boards. Shot from there by Sherry into the near corner, trying to pull it away. That puck slips right back behind the Pioneer goal. Vosberg has it into the far corner. Now back behind the Pioneer goal is Campbell. Campbell rimming it around the far boards. Prince trying to get to it. Sherry knocking it down. That went off of a post into the near corner. Coming away, here comes Pioneer. Down the other direction is Tuzinski. Tuzinski gets some room. Tuzinski over the blue line, gains the zone, chips it back into the near corner. Tuzinski goes in along the end boards of the Grosse Pointe South zone, waiting for getting a line change by Pioneer. Tuzinski with a shot from the far face-off circle. That comes in along the far boards, chipped off of his skate, trying to get to a Flynn. That pull back. Here comes Grosse Pointe South, bringing it ahead. Ryzewski gains the zone. Ryzewski into the slot. That move saved by Grand as Tuzinski brings it the other direction. Tuzinski over her blue line. Tuzinski over center ice. Tuzinski with a blast from blue line, saved by Rosie Smith. That knocked away, battle for it. Ooh, that just seared into the near corner. Flynn trying to peel it out of the near boards, battling back there with Cosmas. Now that moved right back behind the Grosse Pointe South goal. Chen trying to get to it. 10:39 left to go here in the second period. 1-0. Grosse Pointe South with the lead. That lifted all the way back. That will be icing at the 10:31 mark. That'll head right back into the Grosse Pointe South zone. Everyone in high school hockey able to get a line change on an icing as opposed to college and the professional level. Face off in the far face-off circle. That to Rosie Smith's right. Brainerd in to take the face off. As Carter to her left, Olivia Andrianopoulos to her right. That pull back lifted. Zoe Andrianopoulos has it at center ice, deflects it off the near boards. Coming ahead with it, Cosmos has it on the near circle. That chipped away by Olivia Andrianopoulos. Centering attempt, knocked away by Rosie Smith. Now Peabody has it in along the near boards. Peabody held in by Zoe Andrianopoulos. Steered into the far corner. Pulling it ahead is Hodges. Chipped right at the blue line. Brainerd holds it in at the far point. Trappell trying to stuff it deep. That brought back by the Blue Devils at the blue line, but they couldn't get it out. The puck on the far circle. Cosmos has it there. Cosmos loses it. That pulled away by O'Donohue, bringing it all the way back. Now Zoe Andrianopoulos chips it, coming the other direction. Here comes O'Donohue. She collapses, colliding with Carter. And stopped and covered up by Maddie Grand. 9:41 left to go here in the second period. Grosse Pointe South up 1-0 on Pioneer. Face-off in the far face-off circle. That is going to be to Grand's left. Face-off in the far face-off circle. Chip back. Sherry holds it in at the far point. That on the far circle. Trying to get it into the far corner to Livingstone. Livingstone moves it back. Here comes Pioneer coming down the far boards as Campbell brings it ahead. Campbell over center ice. Campbell gains the zone. Campbell has that chipped away. Held in. Jasinski in the high slot. Jasinski with the shot. Saved by Rosie Smith. 9:20 left to go here in the second. 1-0 Pioneer. Down to Grosse Pointe South. Face-off will be in the near face-off circle. Campbell in to take the face-off. Atzman right behind her. Flynn to the left of Campbell. Tuzinski right back behind in the slot. As that battle on the near circle pulled away. Flynn trying to get to it. That back to the top of the near circle. Tuzinski puts it back behind. Tuzinski coming back behind the goal. Tuzinski in along the far boards. Tuzinski with the shot. As that's a save by Rosie Smith. Pulling Jof with the shot. Couldn't get everything on it. Rosie Smith covers it up. 8:59 left to go here in the second period. 1-0, Grosse Pointe South with the lead. Face-off will be in the far face-off circle. Again, it stays Campbell out there. Flynn to her right. Tuzinski back behind her. Atzman stacked up behind that. Jof at the far point. As O'Donohue takes it, there's a rocket shot by Tuzinski, knocked down as Jof puts it back into the far corner. Trying to pull it away is Moody. Moody sending it down the far boards. Tuzinski battles, picks it up in the high slot. Tuzinski comes in. There's a shot as that puck scores! Pioneer ties it up 1-0 as Tuzinski puts it in here in the second. We'll see if there is a assist on it. That is at the 8:43 mark. 1-1 is our score here in the second. Face-off right at center ice. Brainerd in to take the face-off on the other side. Ellie Smith, that comes in along the near board. Sent ahead by Chen. In along the end boards of the Grosse Pointe South zone. Whipped around outside the near circle. Brainerd trying to get to it. Held in by Zoe Andrianopoulos. Chasing it back, Olivia Andrianopoulos. Olivia Andrianopoulos back behind. That comes to the high slot. Pilati chips it ahead. That pulled down. Here comes Ellie Smith. Ellie Smith feeds it over. Livingston coming over the blue line. Livingston backhands it. That's steered into the near corner. Trying to pull it back. As that puck bounced away, Livingston puts it back into the near corner. Ryzewski has it on the near circle. That puck bounces on the far circle, lifted back, deflected into the near corner. Pulling it back, Ryzewski underneath the near circle. Ryzewski taking it back behind the Pioneer goal. Now trying to fire it out into the slot. That loose, chipped away in along the near boards as Reynolds couldn't hold it in. She blasted back deep, and Livingston touches up on the delayed offsides. 7:47 left to go here in the second. 1-1, is our score. The puck, top of the far circle. Chen gets it out of the zone. All the way back. That popped away by Reynolds. Reynolds gets it back. Backhands ahead for Ryzewski. Ryzewski gains the zone. Top of the far circle. Ryzewski has that knocked away as it slipped right back behind the Pioneer goal. Pulled back by Pilati into the far corner. That lifted underneath the near circle. Ryzewski trying to send it back. Pioneer, Olivia Andrianopoulos gets it into the neutral zone. That puck trickles into the Grosse Pointe South zone. Holding it in is Tuzinski at the near point. Tuzinski on the near circle. Tuzinski makes a move. Tuzinski with the shot. as Rosie Smith, the save. 7:05 left to go here in the second. 1-1 is our score. Taking a look as that goal was Tuzinski unassisted on the goal. Face-off will be in the near face-off circle as Campbell in to take the face-off versus Lindsay on the other side. Trappell right back behind Campbell. As now they'll switch it, and that is O'Donohue on the other side of the face-off circle. Quick line change as that puck into the slot. Tuzinski with that shot as that ends up on the top of the goal. As Ganger stick in the way, Rosie Smith, you don't see that a lot, and ended up sitting right on the top of the goal. Rosie Smith covers it up. 6:59 left to go here in the second. 1-1 is our score. Campbell again taking the face-off. Tuzinski has it in the high slot. Tuzinski feeds it that underneath the near circle, trying to pull it back. Lifted as that knocked down. Campbell trying to get to it. The puck into the near corner. Campbell feeds Tuzinski. Tuzinski with that shot. That deflects outside the far circle. Quebec sends it as there's a whistle. A high stick called, or roughing called, excuse me. As that is going to be a Pioneer power play. Into the box goes O'Donnell for roughing. That at the 6:40 mark. So Pioneer will have the extra attacker for the next 2 minutes. Face-off in the far face-off circle. That controlled. Ryzewski dumps it into the far corner. Lifted back. Jof holds it in at the far point. Jof moves it into the slot. That knockdown steered into the neutral zone. The puck in along the near boards. Tuzinski blasts it right back in along the end boards. Chasing it. The puck goes into right back behind the goal. Rimmed all the way around. Ryzewski trying to chip it out. Held in by Pioneer into the far corner. Now that lifted all the way back. Here comes Trappell. Trappell has it at her own blue line. Trappell lifts it down. That grab Piper Campbell over to Tuzinski. Tuzinski with the rising shot. That right back behind the goal. Ryzewski has it outside the far circle. They clear it all the way down the ice. 1 minute, 18 seconds left to go in the Pioneer power play. Coming back, the puck into the near corner. Trying to pull it back. Pioneer in. Trying to grab it out of the near corner. Brainerd has it. That lifted back. Held in at the near point with a blast by Reynolds. That comes outside the near circle, off the near corner. Now Jof trying to pick it up, coming in along the near boards. Here comes Pioneer with it. As Reynolds trying to hold it in, that puck comes all the way back to the blue line. Ryzewski sends it in along the far boards. Now that rocketed all the way back into the near corner of the Pioneer zone by Sherry. That picked up there by Pioneer as Livingstone trying to hold it in. The puck right back at center ice. Here comes Ryzewski coming the other direction. Ryzewski gains the zone on the near circle. Ryzewski runs it right through the crease and outside the far circle. Chen trying to get it out of the zone. Sherry with a shot. That knocked down by Grand. The puck on the near circle. Pioneer gets it back into the neutral zone. Here comes Chen the other direction. Chen trying to feed it over. That tipped away by Peabody into the far corner. Lifted all the way back. Trying to grab it. Bouncing puck. Top of the far circle. Still trying to get to it is Tuzinski. She has it top of the far circle. Tuzinski has it poked away as trying to get to it. Go back outside the far circle. Held in at the far point by Zoe Andrianopoulos. Now Tuzinski brings it back into the zone. Tuzinski sweeps it in along the near boards. Into the near corner it goes. Trying to pull it back away is Hodges back behind her own goal. Hodges coming down the far boards. Gets it ahead to Quebec. Quebec over her own blue line. That's sent ahead to Peabody. Peabody in the high slot. Steers it outside the far circle. That picked up by Quebec outside. That off the side of the net. Trying to pull it back into the near corner. Holding it in is Hodges. Sticked away into the near corner. Pallotti trying to pull it in there as it is 4 minutes left to go here in the second. As the puck back behind outside the near circle. Pulling it down. Pioneer puts it back into the far corner. Trying to get it out of the zone. That lifted on the near circle. O'Donohue with the shot. Covered up by Grand. 3:43 left to go here in the second. 1-1 is our score. Face-off will be in the near face-off circle. Face-off in the near face-off circle. Ryzewski in to take the face-off. Tuzinski on the other side. That puck comes back, shot from the near point. Deflected back behind by Atzman. Grabbed in, Ryzewski sends it outside of the far circle, centering attempt, and knocked away by Grant. Grabbing it, that pulled away by Carter. Carter gets it, Ryzewski gaining it as that's a shot from the near circle, deflected out. Tuzinski picks it up outside the far circle. Tuzinski tried to feed it ahead. That puck pinned against the boards. Livingstone trying to pull it off the boards as well as Sherry. That chip back as that rocketed all the way back by Pioneer. 3:10 left to go as that'll be icing. They'll come right back into the Pioneer zone. .307 left to go here in the second. 1-1 is our score. Face off in the far face off circle. As Tuzinski winning the face-off, as there was a shot right off of the face-off. Grand covering it up. Grand doing a fantastic job. Both goalies have made some amazing saves. We don't have shots on goal listed here, but Grand is getting peppered. Face-off in the far face-off circle as that puck on the near circle. Trying to pull it out of the zone. That slips back, and offside's called. Face-off will be in the near face-off circle. That outside of the Pioneer zone. O'Donohue in to take the face-off versus Tuzinski. That comes back as Cosmos has it. Fed it ahead, gaining the zone. Quebec, top of the far circle. Blocker saved by Grand into the near corner. Trying to pull it away as Peabody had it. Chipped away. The puck loose on the near circle. O'Donohue with the shot. Saved by Grand. That pulled back away in along the near boards. Olivia Andrianopoulos trying to get it away from Cosmos. Tuzinski had a very nice job trying to swipe it away. Jof in along the far board, sends it ahead. That intercepted. High slot coming in with it is Hodges. Hodges, backhanded attempt. There's a shot by O'Donohue. Goes into the near corner. Pulled back by Hodges. Hodges in along the M boards. Hodges goes from the near side to the far side. Centering attempt. That deflects. Olivia Andrianopoulos gets it back out into the neutral zone. Cosmas has it in along the far boards. That brought in. Coming ahead with it, Quebec on the far circle. That brought away by Olivia Andrianopoulos. She feeds it back into the neutral zone. Ryzewski picks it up top of the far circle, sends it ahead. Chasing it, Tuzinski gets it in her own zone. Tuzinski lifts it in along the near boards, deflects it back into the neutral zone. Cosmas has it and deflects along the far boards as Hodges has it there, trying to chip it ahead. And brought by Pioneer in along the near boards. Sent ahead, grabbing it, Livingstone comes into the zone. Livingstone onto the near circle. That shot saved by Grant comes into the far corner. Ryzewski trying to set it up. Top scorer for Grosse Pointe South. That puck deflected in along the near boards. Excellent job by Tuzinski. Tuzinski gains the zone. Tuzinski dumps it into the far corner, trying to avoid pressure. Now Prince comes over to grab it. Tuzinski dumps it back deep in along the M boards of the Blue Devil zone. Grabbing it. Knocking it off the far boards is Sherry. That lifted back to the far point as knuckleballed. Jove trying to get it, and it just took a bad bounce. That stopped by Rosie Smith. Pulled back away as Quebec coming down the far boards. That's Reynolds. Reynolds feeds it ahead. That grabbed. Here comes Ryzewski into the high slot. Ryzewski with the shot. That one just goes wide. Gathering it in. Coming down the far boards. That lifted back to the far point. Chipped by Trappell trying to get to it. Trappell trying to pull it away. That spinning with it. Ryzewski. Ryzewski comes out in front. Trappell trying to knock it away. And they score as Trappell cleared it. But one of the defenders came over and rifled it in with 28.1 seconds left to go. Grosse Pointe South makes it 2-1. We'll get the official scoring in a moment. There was a number of people out in front. Grant has been fantastic, but boy, she was screened on that one. Not much she could do. Face off right and center ice as 25 seconds left to go here in the second. The puck back into the Pioneer zone. Pilati lifts it ahead. That deflects, gathered up by Hodges. Hodges gains the Pioneer zone into the high slot on the near circle. Hodges backhanded shot goes wide into the far corner. As on that, that was the goal was by Livingstone, assisted by Ryzewski. So the top 2 point getters continue their dominance as that comes back, and that is the end of the second period. So at the end of 2, it is Grosse Pointe South 2, Pioneer 1, as Pioneer got the game-tying goal as Tuzinski put it in unassisted at 8:43. There was a penalty to Grosse Pointe South roughing that at 6:40. Then with 28.1 seconds left to go, that was Livingstone scoring from Ryzewski. Let's play a few messages from the MHSAA. Then we'll be right back and go over your intermission scoreboard report. You're watching Pioneer Women's Varsity Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As they're resurfacing the ice here at Veterans Memorial Ice Arena, let's take a look at intermission scoreboard report going back to Saturday, February 12th. It was Troy United beating Plymouth Canton Salem 8-3. Pioneer beat Skyron that day 3-2. It was this Grosse Pointe South team beating Northville 5-3. And it was Walled Lake shutting out St. Catherine's 4-0. Over on Sunday, it was Brighton Howell Heartland beating Walled Lake 4-2. Livonia United shut out Troy United 8-0. And no score reported between Washtenaw United and Skyline. But I believe it was a one-goal win by Skyline over Washtenaw United. Taking a look at Monday's action, Grosse Pointe North beat St. Catherine's 2-1. That over at the ESH rink. And then finally, action yesterday, it was that Grosse Pointe South Bloomfield Birmingham game 13-7. Grosse Pointe South won that one over at the Detroit Skating Club. No score reported between Cranbrook and Regina Lutheran North. It was Skyline beating Brighton Howell Heartland 8-0. That was at the Kensington Valley Ice Arena. And then I just had to work out what the abbreviation was, KVIH. Then it was Sacred Heart beating Washtenaw United 3-2. That is your intermission scoreboard report. Taking a look at the standings here as we're coming fast and quick approaching playoff time. We already have a playoff date for Pioneer men's hockey as they will be Saturday, what is that, the 26th. So not this Saturday, but the Saturday after that, they will be playing the winner of Skyline versus Saline. So those two play earlier in the week. Then Pioneer will play on the 26th. That's a 5 o'clock game over at the Kennedy Ice Arena. So we already have that. I'm keeping an eye on the website for the Michigan High School Girls Hockey League, trying to keep an eye and see when things will be announced. At the top, we have a couple people with let's see, Liggett has 24 points. They have 12 wins, no losses, no ties, so undefeated so far. Grosse Pointe South at the number 2 spot with 22 points. They're tied with Livonia United. They played 11 games, they played 12 games, 11 wins, 1 loss in the league. They had 1 loss outside of the league. Livonia United tied. They have 11 wins, 2 losses for 22 points. Northville right behind them, the team that Pioneer tied up the other game. 13 games played, 10 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie for 21 points. Mercy, the team Pioneers playing on Friday right after that. Mercy is always tough. They played 14 games. They have 8 wins, 4 losses, 2 ties for 18 points. Pioneer and Skyron tied up together. Huron Skyline has played 12 games, 8 wins, 3 losses, 1 overtime loss for 17 points. Pioneer in league has 13 games played, 8 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie. Walled Lake right behind them, 15 games played, 6 wins, 8 losses, 1 overtime loss for 13 points. Sacred Heart and Washington United tied after that with 12 points apiece. With 11 points is Bloomfield Birmingham and Brighton Howe Heartland. Regina Lutheran Northern United adds 10 points. Cranbrook with 9. Grosse Pointe North with 8. St. Catharines with 3. 1 for Troy United, and none for Plymouth Canton Salem and Downriver. So that is your intermission scoreboard report, taking a look at the scores and the standings. As I believe we're being serenaded with a little bit of Vanilla Ice, which I guess playing Ice Ice Baby is only appropriate when they are resurfacing the ice. So there's a blast from my past. Let's get back. Let's play a little bit more messages from the MHSAA. We'll be back with your third period action. If you do want to reach out, you can email us at arborbroadcasting@gmail.com. I try my best to check it between action. Thank you, everyone, and we'll be right back.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Both teams have come out of the locker room 2-1. Grosse Pointe South with the lead over your Pioneer women's varsity hockey team. Grosse Pointe South had 1-0 lead at the end of one. And Pioneer was able to tie it up. Nadia Tazinski with a blast, tying it up unassisted. But then with 28.1 seconds left to go, Grosse Pointe South, Livingston able to take the lead again. Pioneer looking to again answer back in this, the third period. It's Grosse Pointe South out in those blue jerseys with, I guess it's not white, but really gold numbering with a white outline. The Blue Devils. As we have a little Rock Lobster playing. Boy, take a look at, again, more songs from my youth. Keeps us rocking up here in the Crow's Nest. Face off right at center ice as out comes Campbell. As Tazinski to her right, to her left is Olivia Andrianopoulos. Back behind Zoe Andrianopoulos and Trappell. Maddie Grand getting her crease marked up to our right. Grosse Pointe South breaks the huddle. So we appreciate all of you watching and cheering on for this team when you can't be here. We are exceedingly grateful for the support of these wonderful, amazing athletes. Ellie Smith in to take the face-off on the other side of Campbell. That comes back into the Grosse Pointe zone. Reynolds picks it up in her own slot. Reynolds coming along the near boards. Olivia Andrianopoulos trying to knock it away. That deflects in along the far boards as Ryzuski sends it ahead. Here comes Livingstone. That pulled away. Zoe Andrianopoulos got ahead of it. Excellent job. The puck into the far corner. Lifted right back behind the Pioneer goal. Pulled in along the near boards. Here comes Trappell sending it ahead. That grab, Campbell over center ice. Campbell gains his own. Campbell comes on the near circle. Campbell with the shot. That deflects right back behind. Coming along the far boards outside the far circle. Lifted back, trying to hold it in was Zoe Andrianopoulos, but pulling it the other direction. Here comes Ryzuski. Ryzuski on the far circle. Trappell comes over trying to make it difficult. That was a save by Grant. Outside the near circle. And deflected. Here comes Campbell down the other direction. Poked away by Sherry. Lifted by Livingstone over to Ryzuski on the far circle. Ryzuski spins. Top of the far circle. Ryzuski centering attempt. Oh, trying to get to Ellie Smith, but that ended up behind her instead of in front front of her. As Livingstone sends it right back in along the M boards. Ellie Smith moves it outside the far circle over to Ryzewski. Ryzewski's shot that goes a little high outside the near circle. Sherry with the shot from there as that lifted through the slot. Back to the blue line, held in by Reynolds. Reynolds has that chipped away, holding it in again. Now Pioneer gets it out as that slips all the way down the ice. Racing for it is Olivia Andrianopoulos, but can't get to it before it crosses the goal crease. That is going, or the goal line, that is going to come all the way back into the Pioneer zone. 13:30 left to go here in the third period. 2-0. Pioneer, Grosse Pointe South with the lead. As O'Donohue in to take the faceoff versus Brainerd on the other side. As waiting for that puck to drop. Jof right back behind them. This is to the right of Grand. As the official talking to the players in the faceoff circle. There's the faceoff as that comes in along the far boards. Trying to pick it up. Lift it back, Peabody trying to grab it, that all the way back outside the near circle. As there's Moody with the shot that goes to the near side, all the way outside the far circle, and lifted back and fired all the way down the ice. That will be icing. Pioneer will head back into their own zone at 13:22. Face-off will be in the far face-off circle. That to the right of Grand. Brainerd in to take the face-off again. Oh, they're having all the teachers stand. As the son of a teacher, I highly, highly welcome that. Some of the most important people that we have in our life. I was blessed to have a mother as a teacher. That pulled back and along the near boards. That picked up. Sherry with a shot that deflects to the near side. Pulling it around. Peabody puts it in. Oh, Grand was looking on the far side, and Peabody snuck around the near side and put it in. Sneaky goal, but that puts Grosse Pointe up 3-1 here in the third. There's a goal by Grosse Pointe South. We'll see if there's an assist on that. That at the 13-minute mark. Face off right at center ice. Campbell in to take the face off. Looks like Flynn to her left, Trzynski to her right. That comes back to the Grosse Pointe South blue line. Pulled in by Flynn. That pulled away in along the near boards. As taking a look at that was Peabody assisted by Sherry as well as O'Donohue. Puck top of the near circle in the Grosse Pointe South zone. That skitters back into the neutral zone. Pilati sends it the other way. Knocked the other direction by Hodges as the puck comes in along the far boards. Ryzewski trying to send it ahead. That tipped away by Campbell. The puck in the high slot in the Pioneer zone. Campbell tries to pull it away. Ryzewski tips it back. Now grabbed in along the far boards as Pilati had sent that ahead. Intercepted by Livingston in along the far boards. Livingstone has that knocked all the way back into the far corner of the Grosse Pointe South zone. As Kosmas trying to pull it back behind. Kosmas has it pinned against the far boards. That on the far circle as there's a shot and save tipped away onto the near circle. Trzynski will try the shot again. High slot. Another save by Rosie Smith. Another save, and finally Rosie Smith gets a glove on it as Pioneer peppering her. Trzynski with the trio of shots. Campbell trying to knock it in, but Rosie Smith able to cover it up. 11:53 left to go here in the third. 3-1. The Grosse Pointe South goal. Or Grosse Pointe South lead. Face off in the far face off circle. That is to Rosie Smith's left. That puck knocked by Brainerd, now lifted all the way back into the Pioneer zone. Racing to get it is Jof. That will be icing though and head back into the Grosse Pointe South end. 11:43 left to go here in the third. 3-1. Grosse Pointe South with the lead. Sherry comes over. Talking a little bit with Rosie Smith. Face off right at center. Brainerd with Lindsay on the other side. Trappell directly behind them, as well as Jof. As that puck into the far corner. Brainerd puts it right back behind the goal. That pulled away in along the near boards by Reynolds. Reynolds now goes from the near side to the far side, back behind her goal. Reynolds lifts it down the far boards, held in by Jof at the far point. That streaks right back into the near corner. Trying to pick it up is Sherry. That lifted. Battle for it outside the near boards as Olivia Andrianopoulos centers it. That goes outside the far circle. Now Carter trying to pick it up. Carter trying to center it. That goes right in along the M boards. Lifted by Lindsay all the way back to the far point. Knocked right back in by Jof. Picked up by Reynolds underneath the near circle. Reynolds trying to get that puck to settle down. That puck back behind the goal. Trying to pull it away right in the slot and sticked away. Sherry with an excellent defensive play. Trappell, top of the near circle. That spun around as Vosberg sends it all the way down the ice. As Jof has it, acquires it back behind her own goal. Jof underneath the far circle coming ahead with it. Jof over her own blue line. Jof over center ice. Jof gains his own outside the far circle. Jof puts it in along the M boards. Jof has that knocked away. Hodges starts the rush for Grosse Pointe South the other direction. Hodges over her own blue line. Hodges gains his own. High slot in the Pioneer zone. Hodges, that poked away. Excellent defensive play by Zoe Andrianopoulos. And knocked away by Campbell. Campbell racing down the far boards. Campbell gains his own. Campbell into the slot. Campbell with a shot. Rosie Smith with a save and covers it up. 10-13 left to go here in the third. 3-1, Grosse Pointe South with the lead. Pioneer trying to chip into that lead. Grosse Pointe South has scored once in each period so far. Pioneer's score came in the second. Face-off will be in the near face-off circle. Piper Campbell in to take the face-off. On the other side is Ellie Smith. Atzman right at the near point. That puck lifted as Zoe Andrianopoulos firing it back, but that knocked all the way down the far boards by Ellie Smith coming in. Ryzewski drop pass over to Ellie Smith. That knocked away. Coming the other direction, here comes Tyzinski over center ice. Tyzinski gains his own. Tyzinski trying to make it through a pair of defenders. That knocked away as Sherry got a piece of it. The puck in along the far board. Centering attempt. That sticked outside the near circle. Racing for it is Tyzinski. Tyzinski with the shot covered up by Rosie Smith. Another shot. She got a pad on it as she's trying to pinch on that far post and covers it up. 9:38 left to go. Pioneer with some excellent scoring opportunities. Rosie Smith coming up big for Grosse Pointe South. 9 minutes, 38 seconds left to go. Here in the third, 3-1, Grosse Pointe South with the lead. Face-off in the near face-off circle. Olivia Andrianopoulos in to take the face-off. O'Donoghue on the other side. That loose on the near circle. Flynn trying to get to it in the near circle. That lifted, got caught in Olivia Andrianopoulos' skates, now lifted all the way back. Coming ahead with it, here comes Peabody, top of the far circle of the Pioneer zone. Flynn trying to send her wide. Peabody trying to put it out in front. Maddie Grand with the save. 9:18 left to go here in the third. Face-off in the far face-off circle. Again, it's O'Donoghue versus Olivia Andrianopoulos. That puck top of the far circle lifted into the slot, sticked into the near corner by Grant. And trying to pull it away as Jof trying to get to it. Now Pilati. That's a shot by shot off of the far boards. And coming in along the far side. Now outside the far circle. Grant makes the save. The puck comes back behind, lifting it ahead. All right, at the near circle. The puck on edge, rolls all the way back. Hodges grabs it right at her own blue line, comes in along the near boards. Flynn trying to knock that away. Fed ahead by Quebec. Now gathered in by Peabody. Peabody brings it over into the Pioneer zone. Knocked away by Brainerd. Flynn trying to pull it away from Vosberg. Now battling back there with O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue pulls it away. O'Donoghue coming down the far boards over on blue line. O'Donoghue gains the Pioneer zone. O'Donoghue on the far circle. That shot deflects back behind the Pioneer goal. Vosberg puts it into the far corner. As Zoe Andrianopoulos trying to pull it away. Gets it out. as that pops right over Piper Campbell's stick, wouldn't settle down. The puck in along the far boards. Trying to get to a Boyer, that knocked away by Zoe Andrianopoulos, and then the puck fired right back deep into the Pioneer zone. Trappell picks it up back behind her own goal. Trappell ricochets it off the near boards. Coming in is Lindsay as Vosberg has it outside the near circle. Sherry takes a shot on goal. That knocked down by Trappell as it slips back into the neutral zone. Gathered in, rifled right back, and that goes, tries to go out into the lobby is what it does, as that slipped right between the bench. As they race out to get it, give it over to the official. Face-off will be right at center ice. 7:42 left to go here in the third period. Campbell in to take the face-off. Brainerd to her left, Tuzinski to her right. Ellie Smith on the other side as that puck gathered in, coming ahead with it, Ryzewski gains the zone. Ryzewski with the shot, that into the far corner. Pulling it, Ellie Smith outside the far circle. Centering attempt, ooh, that almost caught the near corner. Pulling it is, pulling it out there, Livingstone. Holding it in at the near point is Moody. Moody fires it onto the far circle for Ryzewski. Sending it back to the far point. That shot by Hodges deflects into the near corner. Rimming it into the far corner for Ryzewski. Ryzewski on the far circle. Ryzewski drop pass over to Hodges with a shot. That comes on the near side. Shot in again. Another save by Grand. Oh, Grand getting an excellent save off of the blast from the far circle by Ryzewski. That save, the rebound came off to her left, and racing over to get it was Livingstone. An excellent job by Grand to slip over to her left and save that shot as well. 3-1. Grosse Pointe South with the lead. Flynn in to take the face-off. On the other side is O'Donohue into the near corner. Jof fires it all the way around the boards. Held in by Reynolds at the far point. Reynolds fires it outside the far circle. Jof trying to peel it off of the boards. Out there battling Peabody. Still trying to tip it away. Now Flynn comes away with it. Flynn over her own blue line, coming down the far boards. Flynn over center ice. Has that knocked away by Reynolds. The puck loose in front of the penalty box. Coming back, Flynn trying to get to it. Now Prince moves it back. Spinning with it is Jof in her own zone. Jof fires it ahead. That intercepted by Reynolds at her own blue line. Coming ahead down the near boards. Reynolds gains the zone on the far circle. Shot. That one into the near corner. Slips back outside the near circle as Quebec sends it right back behind the Pioneer goal. Jof and Peabody battling back behind the Pioneer goal into the near corner, centering attempt, chipped away, backhanded shot, Grand with the save, still poking away at it as that puck comes into the far corner. O'Donohue with a couple whacks at it. That puck slips back into the neutral zone. Reynolds travels back, backhands it ahead to set the rush up again. Quebec fires it deep back behind the Pioneer goal. Jof chases it into the far corner, underneath the far circle. Jof coming ahead with it. Jof feeds it all the way down the ice. That chipped. Reynolds has it outside the far circle of her own zone. Intercepted as here comes Chen. Chen backhands it, trying to get it deep, but that lifted into the slot. Flynn trying to battle. That deflects a couple times through a few different people. Now Boyer coming down the far boards. Boyer gains the zone. Boyer comes into the slot. Backhanded shot. That goes wide. Again, an excellent play by Zoe Andrianopoulos to drive her wide. Olivia Andrianopoulos comes in to try and get it, but that stick back as Hodges has it at her own blue line. Tipped ahead by Vosberg. Now Zoe Andrianopoulos outside the near circle feeds it ahead to Campbell. Campbell over her own blue line, coming in front of the benches. Gets it to Tuzinski. Tuzinski gains the zone. Tuzinski in the high slot. That got caught in a pair of skates and goes into the far corner. Campbell back to Tuzinski with the one-timer as out in front there was some traffic. That into the high slot. Top of the near circle. Campbell with it on the near circle, firing it into the slot. That poked away by Vosberg. Vosberg brings it down the far boards. Campbell trying to pull it away from her. Campbell fires it into the slot. That tipped away as it was an excellent job patrolling the slot by Hodges. Now Boyer comes the other direction into the Pioneer zone. Boyer backhanding, centering attempt. Campbell steers that away from trouble. Campbell coming down the far boards as Lindsay trying to keep it in. That lifted all the way back into the Grosse Pointe South zone. 4:20 left to go here in the third. The puck in along the near boards. Lifted back. Grabbing it. Zoe Andrianopoulos fires it right back in. Pioneer touches up to avoid offside. sights. The puck right back behind Rosie Smith, gathered in, coming down the far side. Campbell trying to peel it away. Campbell trying to get a centering attempt from Cosmas. That poked away, top of the far circle. Carter trying to get to it. That lifted all the way back. Ryzewski gains the Pioneer zone. Ryzewski into the slot. Good job by Zoe Andrianopoulos to block that. Zoe Andrianopoulos back behind her own goal. Rims outside the far circle. That chipped away. Here comes Chizinski. Chizinski over the blue line. Chizinski gaining the zone as that's knocked away by Sherry. Sherry backhands it, and then that lifted ahead. Coming ahead, Livingstone with it. Jof trying to pick her up and drive her wide. Now Brainerd trying to get to it. There's a shot and a save by Grand. Another backhanded shot, and that outside the far circle. Coming ahead with it. Reynolds puts a shot that deflects into the far corner where Jof has it. Jof coming out down the far boards. Jof gains the neutral zone, fires it. That ricochets into the top of the near circle, and Grosse Pointe South fires it all the way the other direction. That should be icing. Apparently it's not, coming the other direction. Holding it in at the far point is Reynolds. That puck into the near corner outside the near circle. Centering attempt as Livingstone had it. That gloved into the far corner by Grand. Another fantastic save. Livingstone has it in the near corner, fires it all the way around the boards. Centering attempt out, deflects all the way back to the blue line. Picked up there by Reynolds. Her shot goes into the near corner. Grabbing it, Ellie Smith outside the near circle. Ellie Smith centering attempt that went off of a skate, trying to knock it down. Is into the way. Trappell made a nice move getting her stick and skate in the way, and that lifted the other direction. Pulled right back in. Here comes Ryzewski in the high slot. And shot goes above the goal, and coming right back behind is Livingstone. Livingstone backhands it ahead, trying to get to Ryzewski. That lifted in along the far boards. Here comes Pioneer. That puck into the neutral zone. Pulled right back in by Gabeck. Gabeck has Flynn knocking it away. Now that chipped over to Flynn, out into the neutral zone. Flynn trying to knock it away from Moody. Here comes Flynn. Nice work by Flynn as she comes on the far circle. Knocked away by Moody into the far corner. Centering attempt, Flynn. That stick back behind by Rosie Smith. Now Campbell trying to get to it. Campbell back behind the goal. The puck comes in along the near boards as O'Donohue has it there. O'Donohue feeds it ahead. That knocked the other direction. As at into the zone, Flynn trying to grab it. That fired all the way the other direction. Peabody gains the Pioneer zone. Peabody in the high slot. That sticked away. 1 minute, 28 seconds left to go. The puck back behind the goal. As racing, Atzman has it into the near corner. Atzman feeds it ahead, trying to get it to Flynn. Flynn battling in along the near boards, trying to get it away from Moody. That puck comes onto the near circle. Atzman deflects it away, and Grand with the save. That puck lifted all the way back into the neutral zone. 1:08 left to go. The puck in along the far boards, chasing it. Zoe Andrianopoulos lifts it all the way back as that puck will go. Icing waved off, 58 seconds left to go. Hodges has it in along her end boards, feeds it through the neutral zone. That picked up by Chen. Chen has it knocked away by Vosberg. Vosberg gains the Pioneer zone on the far circle. Vosberg knocked away on that far circle. Peabody with the centering attempt. That picked up by Sherry, top of the near circle. That shot deflected, backhanded shot. Grand again a save as that lifts all the way back to the far point. Held in by Reynolds there. Reynolds rims it all the way around the board as that comes into the near corner. Trying to pull it away. Vosberg, 27 seconds left to go as it's 3-1. Grosse Pointe South with the lead. Pioneer fires it all the way down. 19 seconds left to go. That will be icing and come back into the Pioneer zone. 16.7 seconds left to go. Once again, Pioneer has a game at Eddie Egger Ice Arena. That is a 4:30 game at Eddie Egger Ice Arena versus Mercy. That on Friday. Then they have a game versus Downriver on Saturday. We'll have the game versus Downriver for you on Arbor Broadcasting. That puck swept into the near corner, pulling it away. That lifted and holding it in the near point. Prince gets it back out into the neutral zone. 3 seconds left to go. Tuzinski Racing trying to get one more attempt. And there it is. Grosse Pointe South wins 3-1. But this is a team that scored boatloads of goals in their last game, and the Pioneer defense, they had 13 points in their last game, and the Pioneer defense did a fantastic job, only allowing them a single goal in each period, and Pioneer with a goal, making it a very competitive game. Again, great defense by Pioneer, fantastic goaltending on both sides by Rosie Smith and Maddie Grant. As we said, there's a game on Friday that will be streamed by the Andrianopolises on the Facebook Live from Eddie Edgar Ice Arena. We'll have the game from Downriver, that on the 19th, here, or that's versus Downriver, but it will be here at Veterans Memorial Ice Arena on Saturday. That's a 5 p.m. game, and then couple other games. Tuesday, February 22nd, will be at Bloomfield, Birmingham. I believe we should have that game. And then the Liggett game on that Wednesday will be here at Veterans Memorial Ice Arena. So the Pioneer team gives a stick salute to their fans. For my camera person, Christina Wiseman, my name is Mark Wiseman. Thank you for your support of these wonderful, amazing athletes. We will be back on air Fridays. We'll have the Pioneer men's hockey game as well as the Pioneer men's basketball game versus here on the JV and Varsity. I don't think we'll have any play-by-play for that, but we'll have it out there. Thank you. My name is Mark Wiseman. Have a fantastic rest of your evening, folks.